The fact that this is not a nationwide breaking news story is unbelievable. You see the headline on your screen. Police say officers fatally shot armed man while serving protective order to remove guns. This is courtesy of the Baltimore Sun. And notice how it refers to the guy as an armed man, trying to make him appear dangerous. But this is an extremely misleading headline because it doesn't tell you that it's a 60-year-old. It doesn't tell you that the police knocked on his door at 5 in the morning and told him he had to turn over his firearm. He was likely startled, confused, didn't know what was going on, and he ends up getting killed. Here's what the lead says. 2 Anne Arundel County police officers, not sure if I pronounced that right, serving one of Maryland's new red flag protective orders to remove guns from a house, killed a Ferndale man after he refused to give up his gun, and a struggle ensued early Monday morning, police said. Now, the reason why this happened is because the Maryland governor recently signed into law something called the Red Flag Law, which states that certain people can file a petition against you, and if they choose to do so, you're then forced to give up your firearms. This is how they erase the Second Amendment of the Constitution without actually doing it. They circumvent your civil liberties under the guise of gun control. This is the first domino to fall before your right to own a gun is completely dissolved and they establish the New World Order, because they have to take that away before they can bring in world government. Look what it says right here. The subject of the protective order, Gary J. Willis, 60, answered his door in the 100 block of Linwood Ave at 5:17 a.m. with a gun in his hand, Anne Arundel County Police said. He initially put the gun down next to the door, but became irate when officers began to serve him with the order, opened the door, and picked up the gun again, police said. Think about this from his perspective. It's a 60-year-old man. You're hearing an aggressive knock at 5 in the morning. And, you know, when the police knock on your door, I haven't had it happen to me, but I would imagine they don't use a friendly knock like what you would use when you go out soul winning. It's an aggressive tone, aggressive knock. This guy's probably startled, doesn't know what's going on, confused, afraid for his life. So, of course, he's going to react this way. It says a fight ensued over the gun, and one of the police officers struggled to take the gun from Willis, and during the struggle, the gun fired but did not strike anyone, so it was obviously accidental. At that point, the other officer fatally shot Willis, police said. So because of this anti-Constitution, communist, Marxist, draconian, anti-gun law that they passed, this 60-year-old at 5 in the morning has law enforcement knock on his door. They tell him he needs to turn over his firearm, and he ends up getting shot and killed, executed, because he struggled. Listen, I'm not saying you should get into a physical altercation with police, but this guy didn't want to give up his right to own his gun, his Second Amendment right, his God-given right to protect himself and his family with a firearm. Probably didn't even know what was going on or why this was happening to him, and he ends up dying because of it. I think we will see the left get behind this law, and what they're going to do is try and push for it at the federal level. Right now in Maryland, people who are eligible to file a petition against you can do so, and then you lose your Second Amendment right. You have to watch out for this as we inch closer and closer to the end times. Your freedoms are going to continue to erode. I'm not trying to be doom and gloom here. The only answer is just to continue to live the Christian life, stay involved in spiritual warfare. But the enemy is very clearly right here, out in the open, on an all-out assault on your civil liberties. That's all I've got for this video. Thanks for watching. God bless you all, and I'll talk to you guys again very soon.